welcoming all of yourself, starting with when you breathe in. Where does the breath go? So curious about that. Where does your mind go? So follow your breath when you're breathing in with openness, with like feeling where it goes in your body. Right now, how is it different from any other breath you've taken in your entire life? Mine seems to have sort of pulled my head up a little bit, my breath. What happens to your breath in your body? Can you be open and aware of what it's doing that it's never done before? It's a whole different part of my brain and my awareness when I'm like letting it be totally different from ever before. A lot of times, that I say one reason why I record a different meditation every day is because our mind gets used to, if we listen to the same recording over and over again, our mind starts to check out because it's, oh, we've heard this before. But the same thing with our breath. Oh, I breathed this breath before, right? Not really. This one's different. Curious about how it's different. Let it move your body. Breathe in and let yourself feel where that oxygen's going, because it's taking off, right? I mean, there's then the scientific, then it gets into a cerebral thing, like, that oxygen and how our body gets oxygenated. And let's just experience it ourselves rather than like what's happening in an anatomy book. Letting it open us, letting it caress us. Letting ourselves feel this yes to life in this moment. How amazing that is. That we are able to take another breath. I mean, that gets into gratitude, right? Wow, each breath is so precious. And the paradox of the breath that opens us up is that sense of openness and curiosity and a sense of wonder and awe. Actually, in some ways, takes our breath away. That, that gasp. Wow. It's just amazing, right? How is it that we're blessed with the ability to take another breath, to be in this world together? Yeah, it brings tears to my eyes. How is it that we're able to do this? How is it that I'm able to be with all of these beautiful people? And you with me, with all of us. With the woman walking her dog in front of my window. How is it that the awe of her morning is included in my breath, in my sharing of curiosity and wonder? And this is, for me, this is something it's so important to cultivate. Because I can get really, really narrow. I can get focused into, you know, this like to-do list, and I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done. And it feels good, right? You know, yesterday was like, wow, this getting stuff done feels really good. And can I sit back and cultivate this sense of wonder and awe and not knowing? Like, anything. Or, you know, am I sure about anything? So we've been focusing on this breathing in, like inhaling life, inhaling this sense of a baby. You know, when you look at a baby's eyes, you can see sometimes they're like, whoa, this place is wild. You know, and I'm looking around right now and encourage you to do the same. And or just look around in your body and go, wow, this life is wild. It's so mysterious and big and beautiful. And you know, there's that spectrum of not knowing. On one end is like, wow, I don't know. I mean, the observation is I know very, very little. Little tiny bit, right? You know, are you sure about what you know even? That famous Thich Nhat Hanh question for yourself, not to, it's not a gift for other people to question their experience, but for yourself. Like, are you sure? Are you, how much do you really know? And just be wondering, like, at the mystery. So that's one end of the spectrum. I hold this over here. It's a mystery. And and to be so curious and to explore that mystery with wonder and the sense of openness and trust that life has you. Life is holding you. And then it's then the other end that any sense of mystery and not knowing is terrifying for people. Terrifying for me at times, and when we close ourselves down. And ideally, like our breath, there's this opening of our breath, and then there's noticing when it's closing down, letting go. And just as letting go of our final breath we consider bad, right? Because we're dying. It's the same thing as like closing down and making our world smaller. It's difficult. It's harder. It's like a little mini death in some way when we stop breathing and when we get smaller. And it's part of life. Can we just notice it? Can we be aware? Can we bring compassion to the letting go just as much as we I just love that expansiveness, right? Notice the things we do to help us feel safe and relaxed and calm. The things we do to give us the space to open up and trust life as it is. Cleaning off counters is my thing. Sorry if this is stimulating pain around your mother who liked the same thing, but it kind of like, I notice a sense of relaxation. I come out and I look at the counter, and I notice the opposite. Living with a person whose sense of joy is the counters being covered up, right? It's like, oh, and I can scurry around behind him and clean it up, or I can like, I wonder if I could find a sense of openness someplace else right now. And darned if when I came in later on that night, it was cleared off. It's like, oh, that doesn't always happen. So this is just an invitation to notice that closing down and that opening up, that curiosity and sense of wonder when we trust life as it is, when we can see the beautiful leaves and the details and the beautiful weeds and all the beautiful growth. And then that sense of like, I have to get this done to feel safe. I have to get this done to be able to relax. I have to feel like I've accomplished something to validate my existence in the world. Is that there, and is it true? Do you need to do anything to validate your existence? I'm guessing no. And I don't know. I don't know about you. But in this moment, I'm allowing myself to enjoy the wonder of awe. I'm wishing curiosity for my beloveds, for all the neutral people in my life. May you be curious. And may all beings benefit from our practice, being able to enjoy the expansiveness of life, of our breath, and then to be able to relax when we need to rest and close down and are scared. May all beings benefit from our practice, experiencing curiosity, wonder, and compassion for ourselves when we're scared. Thank you.